Hello Stoic family, welcome to another interesting topic. In today's video, we shall be looking into the controversies and indications concerning those people who live without friends. Before we begin, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, like, and share to others to be part of Stoic family where we learn to live a healthy and meaningful life. Now let's begin. When a man who had lived his life in solitude was asked why he had no friends, he sighed deeply and responded with a certain melancholy in his voice. Friendship is like a diamond. It is rare and priceless, something beautiful that shines brightly. But like diamonds, true friends are incredibly hard to find. Not only that, they come at a high price, one that many people are unwilling or unable to pay. For every real diamond, there are countless imitations. I have met many people who seemed genuine, but they turned out to be nothing more than cleverly disguised counterfeits. With each encounter, I hope to find something real, only to be disappointed time and again. And after you make one mistake, then a second, and then a third, at some point you have to ask yourself, are there any real diamonds in this world, or is everything just a cheap imitation? In the end, I decided it was better to stop searching for something that might not even exist. Listening to his words, another man nodded and added, "A true friend is like a rare gem, something that should be valued and treasured above all else. Yet, life has taught me that there are very few people worthy of that kind of trust. Many masquerade as friends, but when tested, they show their true colors, proving to be nothing more than acquaintances or opportunists. Real friends are like the stars in the night sky, rare, distant, and often overshadowed by the artificial lights of those who claim to be something they are not." This sense of guarded solitude is a theme that has been explored by many writers and thinkers. In Haruki Murakami's novel Norwegian Wood, the complex nature of loneliness is expressed through a poignant dialogue between two characters. "Do you like being alone?" one character asks, propping her cheeks with her hands as she stares into the distance. "Do you enjoy traveling alone, eating alone, sitting in a classroom apart from everyone else?" To this, the other character responds with a touch of sadness. "It's not that I like being alone. I just don't make extra acquaintances. It's simpler that way. I don't want to be disappointed in people anymore." These words capture the silent heartache of those who have chosen solitude, not out of preference, but as a shield against the pain and disillusionment that comes from misplaced trust. The complexities of friendship can be better understood through an old parable about a little boy and an apple tree in the forest. This story is one that everyone, whether they have many friends, few friends, or none at all, can learn from. Once, there was a boy who became close friends with an apple tree in the woods. The tree offered its friendship freely, with all the innocence and generosity of nature. The boy would come often, laughing as he swung on its branches, eating the apples that the tree produced. The tree delighted in the boy's company, providing him with shade during the hot summer days. When the boy grew tired from playing, he would lie beneath the tree's cool canopy and fall asleep. To the apple tree, this friendship was pure and sincere. It felt a deep and abiding connection, believing that they would remain friends forever. But as time passed, the boy grew older and began to visit the apple tree less and less. He made new friends, found new interests, and the simplicity of swinging on branches and eating apples lost its charm. Yet, the tree never stopped hoping that the boy would return. One day, after a long absence, the boy did come back. However, he was no longer the cheerful, carefree child he had once been. His face was clouded with worry and sadness. The tree greeted him joyfully, though it could sense something was wrong. "What happened to you, my friend?" asked the apple tree, its leaves rustling softly. "Why don't you play with me anymore? Why don't you swing on my branches or imagine yourself the king of the forest as you used to?" "A king must have money," the boy replied with a heavy heart, "and I have none. What's the use of pretending when reality is so harsh? Besides, you don't have any money either, so what can you do for me?" The apple tree pondered for a moment. Though it had no money, it was determined to help its friend. "But I do have apples," it said gently. "Take them and sell them. That way, you can make some money and be happy again." The boy's eyes lit up at the thought, and without a second thought, he plucked all the apples from the tree. He carried them away to sell, leaving the tree behind. The apple tree watched him go, feeling a mix of joy and sorrow. It was happy to help the boy, yet it ached with the knowledge that he had taken without a word of gratitude. The tree waited for him to return, its branches bare, longing for the boy's laughter and company. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and still the boy did not come back. Seasons changed, and the apple tree stood there, alone in the forest, hoping each day to see its friend walk down the path toward it. After many years, the boy, now a young man, finally returned. The tree, despite its own misery, was overjoyed to see him again. "Why did you take so long to come back?" the apple tree asked, its branches trembling with both anticipation and fear. "I missed you so much. I have many problems," the young man responded. "Everyone around me has families, homes, and stability, while I have nothing. I cannot build a family because I don't even have a house. What's the point of our friendship if you can't provide me with a place to call home?" The tree listened to his words, its heart breaking for the friend it loved so dearly. "Cut down my branches," the apple tree offered. "Use them to build yourself a house. That way you can have a home and be happy." Without hesitation, the young man took an axe and cut down all of the tree's branches, leaving it bare. He used them to build himself a house where he could start a family. Once again, he left the tree behind, this time for many, many years. The apple tree was now just a lonely stump, yet it did not regret its sacrifice. It had given everything it could to make its friend happy. Life went on, and the tree endured countless seasons, feeling the loss of what it once had. The boy, now a man, lived his life, forgetting the tree that had once been his closest friend. Years passed, and the man, now aged and burdened by life's hardships, returned once more. He looked at the stump that had once been a grand apple tree. "I am sick of everything," he said bitterly. "I want to sail away somewhere far from here, away from all people. I need a boat, but I have no idea where to find one." The apple tree, now just a silent stump, listened. It had nothing left to give, but still it wished to help. Before the man could say another word, he grabbed his axe and with a few swings chopped down the stump to use for building a boat. He left without a glance back, sailing away, leaving the broken remains of the tree that had once been his steadfast friend. Time passed, and the stump lay forgotten, exposed to the elements. Frequent rains soaked it, the sun beat down on it, and wild animals occasionally climbed on it to rest. Life went on around the stump, but it felt no joy, for it had lost everything it once valued. It had sacrificed its apples, branches, and trunk, all for a friendship that was not reciprocated. Yet, nature has a way of renewing itself. One day, from the soul of the stump, a small green sprout emerged, breaking through the soil. The sprout grew into a young, beautiful apple tree, full of life and vigor. It stretched its branches toward the sky, learning to live again and find joy in each new day. But then, a young boy wandered into the forest. He approached the new apple tree and said, "Hi, let's be friends." The tree shuddered with all its branches, memories flooding back of the boy who had once betrayed its trust. It remained silent, afraid to believe in friendship again, hesitant to open its heart to a new bond. In this parable, we see a reflection of many people's lives. George Carlin, the American comedian and philosopher, once said, "Inside every cynical person, there is a disappointed idealist." Perhaps, in his own way, Carlin had once been like the apple tree, generous, giving, hopeful, until life taught him that not everyone values sincere friendship. Similarly, Damon Salvatore, a character from The Vampire Diaries, remarks, "The hardest thing is getting over people who have brought only pain and disappointment." Yet, there is a deeper truth. The hardest thing is not just forgetting those who have hurt you, but finding the courage to trust again. So, if you ever meet someone who has no friends, do not rush to judge them. Their solitude does not necessarily mean they are unworthy of friendship. Perhaps they, like the apple tree, have given too much of themselves to others, only to be left wounded and disillusioned. Maybe they have learned to protect their hearts, having been taken for granted one time too many. In their silence, there lies a deep sadness, for not having friends often reflects the scars of betrayal and the painful lessons learned from trusting too easily. True friendship is indeed rare, precious, and elusive. It requires mutual care, trust, and sacrifice. For some, The journey to find such a friendship is filled with more heartbreak than joy, leading them to choose solitude over further disappointment. Is it not a tragedy to become like the apple tree, hesitant to trust, unsure whether real diamonds or true friends truly exist in this world? If you find this topic very interesting and educating, please don't forget to leave us a like, share to others. Be part of this family, where Stoic teachings and wisdom helps us to navigate through tough and challenging moments in our daily routine to achieve a meaningful and purposeful life. Subscribe if you have not done that yet. We will really appreciate it, because it encourages us to do more and better. And to our returning subscribers, we say, God bless you. Till we meet again in our next video, remain stoic, healthy, and meaningful.